What's going on, everybody? KKamm here, and I'm coming at you guys with another tips video. And this time it's going to be Hardpoint, and I'm doing it on the map Retreat because this is probably the map with the highest skill gap. So, pretty much the Hardpoint maps are Detroit, Biolab, Retreat, and I feel like I'm missing a Hardpoint. There's there's got to be more than 3 Hardpoints. I don't remember it off the top of my head. There probably is another one though. So, for those of you who don't know what hardpoint is, there's a hardpoint, and it's like a certain area for 50 or for 60 seconds, and you get 1 point for each second that you're in the hill. And if it's contested, no one's getting the point, obviously. But anyways, um, my first tip is going to be to learn rotations on hardpoint. So, on this map, the rotations are right here is the first one in court. Then it's going to go to back turtle, which is over here because it's a turtle statue, so it's just all around that area right there. And then the third one is going to go over here to art, which is this building right here, and it's just in there. And then the fourth one is up here, top lobby. Or no, I messed that up. Fourth one goes down here to bar. I don't know why, but I always want to say the top lobby is the fourth. But the next one goes down to bar, and then it goes to top lobby. So top lobby is the last one, and then it resets back to court. So that's probably the first tip that I can give you guys is just learn rotations. Goodness, I cannot speak right now. But learn rotations. So, for example, learn the rotations on every single map, and make sure that you know where it's going, obviously, because if the other team knows and you don't, then that's not very good. You're going to lose quite a bit of time and quite a bit of points. So that's the first tip, is just learn rotations. And the next tip that I can give is learning spawns. So, for example, if you're going to push up left side over here, you should know that they're going to spawn maybe like back there. They could spawn anywhere from back there, over here, or they could be spawning up over here somewhere. So you have to know that if you're pushing somewhere, you're blocking those spawns. So like if I'm pushing right down here, if I'm pushing through here, I'm going to block all these spawns that are right here, because they're not going to spawn someone right next to me. So you have to learn how to block spawns, and you have to learn spawns. So that's that. And that pretty much leads into my next tip, which is anchoring spawns. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, you have to notice that if your teammate's spawning up over here, like maybe he's spawning up by pool somewhere, and you have to realize that that means that they're blocking spawns over here somewhere. So you have to be checking your right and your middle. So be sure to be on the lookout for that stuff. And that leads into my next tip, which is anchoring spawns. So anchoring spawns, obviously, you have a person whose job it is to anchor the spawns. So say, for example, the hill's still in court, there's 20 seconds left, or maybe even 30, and you're spawning on the other side. You want at least one person. You may even send multiple people to come around here and try and get your team to spawn over here, so you have the advantage on this hill, and you push the other team spawn back there. So there probably is going to be a person from the other team trying to anchor the spawn right here, and you're probably going to get into a gunfight with him. And if you win those gunfights, then you obviously get control of the next hill. So an anchor's job is pretty important in a hard point, and then that way your team can come and set up, and you can take a lot of time off the next hill just with your anchor having a successful or performing a successful job. So that's very important to have in a hard point. And you also have to expect the opponents to be anywhere. So, for example, if the hill's right here, you have to expect someone to be down here. You can't just think, oh, they must all be pushing the hill, and then you go down here, you get caught sprinting, and you're just, and you die. So you have to expect your opponents to be anywhere. That's very important that you don't just sprint around and you die and you give the other team map positioning. So learn where opponents usually go, anchor spawns, learn spawns and rotations, and play it smart. So that pretty much ties in with what I just said, expect them to be anywhere. Pre-aim stuff. You have to be sure. Pre-aim corners, you don't know there's going to be a person down here. You're just pre-aiming it. You see him there. You can get the advantage on him just by pre-aiming it, because you're already aimed in. You're going to hit all your shots. He's going to be just like this kind of, he might be looking back and forth. But if you come down with a pre-aim, you're going to get him first, unless he gets super lucky and either internets you or destroys you with hip fires. And another big part is communicating. So there are people that think that the only thing you have to communicate is if you're running, you die, you're dead. You might just call out, he's court. Well, you have to call it a lot more than that. You have to call out, um, I'm going lobby, I'm going lobby. Then you maybe get shot. He shot me from court, shot me from court. Then you're jumping up, and I'm going to check backstairs real quick. And that's especially important in search because if you don't call out where you're looking at and you both end up looking at the same thing, then you're pretty much begging to be two-piece from behind. So you have to learn to be aware and communicate. So looking at your mini-map's big as well. And you always have to count when you get like 3 down, 4 down. So like maybe someone, or you have someone that gets a kill, and then 2 other people get a kill. And that's 3 down, and then you look at your scoreboard and you're like, KKamm's last one, KKamm's last one. And someone might be, he's courtroom, and you kill him, and then someone's like, that's not KKamm, that's not KKamm. And then you know to keep looking for that person because you know that he's still alive and that he hasn't died, so he could still be in a good position, and the other people are spawning up. So that means they're going to be in their spawn, and the person that's still up is going to be up, and you have to expect him to be anywhere, like I said. So call out everything. You have to be sure to call out everything. So you see someone cross, you can't just be, I got him, I'll get him, and then you end up dying. Say he crossed from bar, can anyone get him, or something like that. And then if no one gets him, just expect him to be there, but don't center your attention on one person, because there's still 3 other people you have to worry about. So you have to worry about maybe a person coming through middle, so you can't be coming over here and then you get shot in the back, and just like that, they have map control, they've got control of the next hill, and they are set up, and it's going to be pretty tough to break their setup. So the next tip I can give is to learn when to stop pushing scrap time. Nitro doesn't know how to play Hardpoint at all because he didn't really ever play Black Ops 2 competitively or watch any Black Ops 2 Hardpoint streams. So he might still be pushing around here with 10 seconds to go, and the hill is rotating all the way over to ours. So not only is he pushing this hill when he should be rotating over and just giving up that time, but he's also reverse anchoring. So with him over here, he's blocking the other team from spawning over here. And that means that if we're in the hill already, if Huntsman and I are in the hill in our 4th, then that means that they're probably going to be spawning like back there or something. Or they might be spawning over there. So he's giving them a spawn advantage to spawn right up on us and get us killed. So it's kind of pointless. And it's just really detrimental to do something like that. And especially because it's only like 5 points by the time you get in here and you kill that one person that's going to be picking up the scrap time. But on the other side, you have to make sure to get scrap time if you can, because that could be the difference between losing 210 to 208 or winning 213 to 210. So you have to be sure to know when to push scrap time. I'm not saying don't push it. I'm saying know when to push it. And know, like, that kind of ties in with the spawns and stuff. Know where the other team's going to spawn, stuff like that. So that's really important right there. Another important thing is only break hills together. You don't want to go in one by one. Say this is Nitro right here. He comes in, he dies. Then Huntsman comes in, he's trying to go around, he dies. And then I come in, and we're just all getting picked off one by one, and we're just giving them so much time at that point. You have to learn to push it together, because maybe they've got one person in lobby here just kind of roaming around, and you got a person on these stairs right here just kind of watching the back. Push it together. So maybe like we could send 2 up top wall, and then 1 right here, and maybe 1 coming around the back. Learn to push it together rather than one by one, because it's going to be much easier with a 4v1 than a bunch of separate 1v1 gunfights, or maybe a 4v2 than a bunch of 1v2 gunfights. So break hills together. That's pretty basic right there, just learning that. And when you do have control of a hill, try to keep a minimal amount, like probably have one person just kind of like sitting around in the hill just trying to stay alive, while you have a whole bunch of people. Like maybe you could have one person up here just looking over wall, you'd have one person like maybe back here just making sure no one comes on this side, and then you could have one person up top if you want, just looking at that. And if you need, you can have that person in the hill maybe looking at one spot, just kind of camping that one spot, and waiting for someone to get there, so you can't have your setup broken. So learn to have one person in the hill while the rest are supporting him, and then you have that one anchor as well. So take advantage of nades and exo abilities as well. Overclock right there. Obviously, you're going to want to put that on right when you spawn up so you can get to places quicker. Nades, there's a person back turtle. Boom. And he's dead. So you use ability of that, or take advantage of that. You have a stun. Stun him, and he's going to be blinded. He's not going to be able to shoot for like a second. Rush him. You get the kill. You have control of the hill, just like that. Multiple stuns, stuff like that. You can stun multiple places. Stun check. Take advantage of that stuff. They don't have it anymore. With Stim and Cloak, you could have taken advantage of that. What else is there? There's Hover. That's still not banned for some reason. And I think that's all they really use in respawns. I know Apathy uses Mute in respawns. And, you might not think it's that helpful, but it could be because, maybe you're trying to sneak around. You have Mute on. They don't notice that you came maybe from lobby here. They don't notice that you're here. You just sneak up and you get a kill, and then you're in the hill. You're getting a couple of points maybe before you die, or you might pull off a massive 3-piece or 2-piece, 4-piece, whatever, and you just go off. So that's important right there. I can't think of the other major respawn. I mean, I think Overclock's what I use, but I don't know if there's any other like respawn exo abilities that people use a lot. And then probably my last tip, jump out of the hill if needed. This is big for the middle hardpoint on Detroit. So like for example, let's just say I'm in the middle of Detroit. So like I'm in the box right here, and there's like 3 people challenging me. My teammates all died, and don't be afraid to jump out, challenge people, because in search, if you're going for a clutch, obviously play aggressive. But if you're in a hard point, you're going to definitely want to play it aggressive, because you're sitting right here in the corner. You might get one that comes in from like the door right here. Then there's a person that they challenge you at the same time and you're dead. So what you can do is run out that door, maybe get that guy, and then run back in. You know that he's going to be there. You kill him, and that's already a 2-piece right there. And that's huge, because not only are you defending yourself and getting more time in the hill, but you're also giving your teammates time to spawn up and come to help you out in that hill. So that's very helpful. So take advantage of these tips that I gave you guys, and you'll become much better at Hardpoint. I know Nitro's probably going to be watching this video and learning a lot from it. So there's a lot more advanced stuff that I'm probably going to teach in episode number 2, and not by any means am I Hardpoint Pro, but I just thought I'd share some tips with you guys for people that might have joined the competitive scene in Ghost like I did, even though I did play League and Black Ops 2 a lot, and I took that as like my competitive stuff. But anyways, so I hope this helped you guys out. If it did, please click the like button below. Comment if you have any comments or any suggestions that you'd like me to teach in episode 2. And subscribe if you want more, because I am going to be posting more. I'm going to be posting a lot of new videos, because I post a lot about SSK, and I don't really think that's that interesting. I don't think people are going to want to watch that. So I'm going to post a lot more tips videos and tricks videos and spots and stuff like that. So subscribe if you want to see all these tips and tricks, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.